On today's episode, a baby dove gets its wings and takes flight for the first time. And by baby dove, I really just mean Nick.
Let's put guitar pedals on drums. Roll the intro. People have been putting weird effects on drums for a long time. You can hear slapback delay on the When the Levee Breaks drum sound. You can hear gated reverb on all kinds of different 80s drum tracks. And today we're going to take 5 guitar pedals and we're going to make some crazy sounds on drums. Because why should guitar players have all the fun? Let's do it. I'm going to be using the Radial effects reamper to route my drums through the guitar pedals. Basically, this allows me to take a send from one of my drum tracks in Pro Tools, send it into this box through an effects loop, which is where my guitar pedal will be. Then the affected signal will come out of here into a new track that I can blend in with the rest of my drums. There are dials on the front to let you adjust how much signal you're sending in and how much is receiving. You can flip phase, you can even blend your dry and your wet signal, and you can actually select 1 or 2 effects loops. I'm only going to use 1 because 2 is just insane. Let's talk about the microphones. I'm going to be using an RE20 on the kick and an SM7 on the snare. I have 2 overhead setups. One is stereo, one is mono. For the stereo setup, I'm going to be using the Aston Starlight condensers. These have high pass filter and like 3 different cool voicings you can use. They actually also have lasers on them for making sure that they're pointed in the right spot. It's pretty crazy. They have lasers on them. Look it up. It's amazing. And for the mono overhead, I'm using the AEA R84. I'll be using it on and off. I'll let you know when I'm using it. Don't worry, I won't leave you in the lurch. Here we go. Let's do the effects. The first effect I'm going to use is the Keeley Electronics Caverns. It's a reverb and delay, and I'm going to be running the snare through it. I'm going to use it kind of like a gated reverb sort of sound, and I have the blend all the way up, so in that track, it's just the effect sound. I'll also be triggering the delay on a few accents so that it has this weird runaway delay sort of sound. Super cool. I love it. You need to try it on drums, and that's what I'm going to do right now. For this next drum riff, I'm going to be using the Rat to distort the crap out of my mono overhead. I really like crunchy drums, but what I like even more than crunchy drums are gated crunchy drums. So I added this Boss NF1 noise gate after the Rat to really gate the sound and have this really clappy, like old drum machine sort of thing that I can blend underneath it. One thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to open up the gate just on the fills. So during the tighter parts, it'll just be this really tight clap. And then when I do snare fills, I'm going to open up the gate so it gets really distorted, add some really cool dynamics. And yeah, I love it. Here it is. I'm going to get a little wild with this next one, and I'm going to use the Line 6 FM4 filter modeler on the kick drum. I love bands like Radiohead and the Flaming Lips and Tame Impala because they use all kinds of weird filter effects on their drums. This is really cool because I can actually make these presets and flip between them. So I'm going to use a growler preset and an octisynth preset, and at different points in the song, I'm going to flip between them so that it can get kind of a different dynamic. I'm also going to run the noise gate again after this so I can just focus on those kick hits. Every now and then the snare bleeds through, but that's kind of cool. Adds a really interesting effect. I, again, am really excited about this and think it's super cool. And so I think you're gonna like it. Spring reverb sounds really cool on electric guitar, and it sounds even cooler on drums. I'm going to use the Anasound Element Spring Reverb on my stereo overheads, but what you see here isn't everything. This actually plugs into a real spring reverb box. An actual spring reverb box. Like, this isn't just like emulating spring reverb. It's actually spring reverb. You can get the medium one, and you can get the large one. That comes in this beautiful box that we have. I said it comes in this beautiful box that we have. We have the box! Here's the box! This is the unit I'm going to be using. It's big, it's luscious, it's fantastic, and I'm going to blend it in with the rest of my drums. It's going to sound amazing, you're going to like it, and we're all going to leave this changed together. For this last drum riff, I'm going to use the Synthesizer Boss SY1 on the organ setting. And I know what you're thinking, what kind of crazy lunatic would put a synthesizer on their stereo overheads? That person is me. You're just going to have to deal with that. The resonance of the toms actually trigger this in a weird way, and it actually makes sort of like a melody. And I use the melody that came off of the toms to inspire the bass track, which I think is pretty cool. Not only am I using this, I'm going to use the Kilobyte lo-fi delay to add some rhythm, and this sounds amazing. Caroline Guitar Company is incredible, and I love everything that they do. Also, I'm going to use the noise gate just to help out with any extra noise, because that's what a noise gate does. Let's listen to it. Some of the coolest innovations in music production have come from people using gear in ways it was never meant to be used, like cranking your amp until it distorts, or chaining tape machines together to make delay, or using a broken channel strip to record fuzzy bass. There are tons of guitar pedals out there just waiting to be used on your drums, so warning out there to all you electric guitar players, who made it through a whole video about drums, by the way. Your drummer friends are going to show up at your doorstep and demand that they borrow all your pedals, so just be prepared for that. Let's go to record time. Today's record time is brought to you by Tame Impala's newest album, The Slow Rush. I am a huge Tame Impala fan. I'm probably the biggest fan out there. I'm obsessed. This new album is incredible, and Kevin Parker is a freaking genius. He's the guy behind this whole thing. He was a drummer first, so you can definitely tell that there is so much love and care put into the drum sounds. There's crazy, crunchy stuff going on the drums in this. His other albums, there's weird effects too. I just love this album. My favorite tracks are Borderline, Breathe Deeper, Lost in Yesterday, One More Hour. It might be, that's like half the tracks already. I love the whole thing. I love it. It's so incredible. Why don't you in the comments let me know about an album that you love the drum production on? And let me know, because I would love to check it out. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and if you liked it, we actually did 2 other videos a long time ago with Matt Chamberlain and Spencer Tweedy, and they showed us how they use their 500 series on their drums, and it was really cool.
Hey. How'd it go, man?
It was cool. Yeah, it went well.
You think you nailed it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it later.
Yeah, cool.
See you all. I'm doing emails and running a business. It's fine.
I also recently just started my own channel called Nix Tapes. You can check the link in the description below to check those videos out. Hit like if you like the episode, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the bell icon for notifications of future episodes. And for merch and cool other things, you can go to our website, thejhsshow.com. You can also be a part of our Patreon to help support the archiving of pedal history, and you get extra videos and extra content. It's super cool. So I think that's everything. Bye.